Disney has officially, for the first time in 3 years, secured one of their films for a Chinese release, and it's one of the most highly anticipated films in the international territory. This, of course, being Avatar 2, aka Avatar: The Way of Water. So let's talk about why this is important and what exactly changed. The original Avatar film made over $250 million in China and was one of the biggest films that Fox ever put out in the territory. So it made sense that Disney was going to try really hard to try to secure a release in China for the sequel. And officially, as I said, this is going to be the first Disney film to secure a release there in over 3 years. This, honestly, for them is pretty big and monumental, and one of the reasons here that they did this is because ever since they started production on the second one, they knew that they needed to secure a Chinese release date, so there was never going to be anything that brought anything into question or put anything on the line. They knew that this thing would have to be, for lack of a better term, clean for Chinese audiences and approval. And this has got to be good news for Disney. Again, this film was built with that in mind. There was never going to be any question about it, and them securing it, honestly, I think puts them on a good track towards having this thing actually make a Chinese release date guarantee. To me, just tells them that they don't have to worry about, the box office in the end, because this film will bring in money in that territory. And if it gets approved there, this means that other territories, such as specific countries in the Middle East, where it would have been banned as well, are more than likely going to give it a pass with flying colors and not delay it substantially. So this, in my mind, is all good news for Disney. Now again, I've talked about China and how pandering to it, I think, is stupid. Pandering to the country and cutting out things out of movies is stupid. But when a film is intentionally made to try to secure a release date there, I don't have a problem with it, because again, they know what they're doing. The film was never going to make substantial cuts out of the original version and compromise it to try to fit a release in there, which is what we see them trying to do with multiple big Disney, WB, Universal films. If there's something in question, they will straight up just cut it out, even if it's an important scene, to try to fit it for a release. They're not doing that here, so I get why they're doing it. I get why people are excited this thing will release in China, and certainly that market loved the original, and it lasted there in terms of how long it played in theaters for an extremely long amount of time. And every time it gets a re-release there, it gets more money added to the top. So this all makes sense, and Disney's got to be happy with this one.